Welcome back, everyone, to All Gas, No Trash.
Oh, yeah.
Today we're going to be doing, well, I mean, this is the same day, but this episode we're going to be doing another album review, and it's going to be Ginger Root Shinbangumi.
Oh, yeah, man.
I can't wait.
Fuck yeah. I just have to say, man, Ginger Root is the fucking man.
Yeah, man.
Not only does he put in so much work to creating an entire universe around his music, it looks good. I mean, I forget the fucker's name, but the weird fuck that always makes the Moonrise Kingdom, that space movie that came out. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what space movie?
The director, the guy with the really soft color palette, is really warm on the eyes. Fuck me, I'm gonna look.
The guy who made, what's the space movie's name?
I don't remember.
There's like a shit ton of space movies. But anyways, while you're looking that up, if you want to listen to more of our other shit, you can go follow us on YouTube at Game Rage Magazine. YouTube. You can also go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine.
Wes Anderson.
Oh, Wes Anderson, okay.
The director.
Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. If you like this show, you should be following it at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. Also, if you like anime and manga, you should go follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. And you should listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast. All right.
The Japans.
Yes, the Japans. All right, that's out of the way.
All right, so just as I was saying before, the guy puts a lot of effort into his project and it shows. This is why he's leagues above everybody. I'm calling him like the Wes Anderson of music because he just knows how to make things. The creative direction behind it is so palatable. It's so friendly on the eyes, and even the music is easy on the ears.
It's so good, man.
It's so fucking good. So I just wanted to jerk him off for a bit, and before we get to the music, I just wanted to say, if you listen to Game Rage Magazine, you're 23% more likely to find a bag of food, or you know when you go in the fridge and you're looking through the fridge and you're like, man, I'm looking for something to eat. And then you close it and then you open it up again and you find something.
Yeah.
Well, it's 23% more likely that somebody's going to leave their leftovers in the fridge, or you're going to find that little fucking, that little packet of string cheese, or
man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like when you open the fridge and you're like, there's nothing good, and you close it.
And then you find
you thinking that when you open it, there's going to be different things in there.
Yeah.
You're 23% more likely to actually find the different thing that was added to the fridge.
Yeah, it's like Indian in the cupboard when the cupboard like
that's exactly what it's like.
When the who was the main character? The Native American?
Yeah. I don't know what his name was, but
you put him in the thing, and then magic happens.
Magic, and he's alive, and then there he is.
That was a good book.
That was a good one, man.
You got any interesting statistics from Game Rage?
I actually, the other day I was sitting here and I was talking to the cat, and I had said something, and I had one of our things playing in the background, and she started to hear it and immediately stopped the meowing and stopped the horniness. So I think that with science, because I thought there's no way that this is real, so I stopped it, meow, meow, turned it back on again, stopped the meowing of the horniness. Your cat is 100% more likely to not mew when they're horny if they listen to Game Rage Magazine.
Interesting.
So
I did not know that.
I did the science. I did the work myself. So you can't tell me I'm a liar because I actually did the experiment myself.
Yeah, the scientific method.
Yeah, and I did it twice, so that means it's real. That means it's fact.
All right, so we working our way towards the album?
Hell yeah, we are. Ginger Root Shinbangumi, man. What is that? Did you look up what that means?
I tried to, but it doesn't. I don't think it pulls up anything.
Do you think that's just a word that he made up?
No, I don't think it is. It's probably something in Japanese that I don't know.
Yeah, man, this just made me realize we really need to just learn Japanese. Like, we just need to bite the bullet and just go ahead and just fucking take the Duolingo, or do the classes, or whatever the case is. Watch more anime. I don't know. Shit, if you want to learn Japanese, that's one of the things that I heard the other day. For real. If you listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast, you're 3% more likely to learn Japanese when you watch anime.
Oh.
So that's another thing.
Anything come to note? Or you're typing it in...
I'm going to do it in Google fucking Translate.
Nothing?
In Japanese, it means new program.
Oh,
That's fucking cool. That's pretty cool because it's a new program.
all right. That's interesting because that kind of I knew this going in, so I'm gonna be forthcoming and say I kind of knew what the concept behind the album was. So this was.
Oh, did you talk to Ginger Root? Did he tell you what it was when he was
No. This
making
was
it?
just things that he had promoted through his album promotion, like the story behind it.
Oh, he didn't slide into your DMs and be like,
No, not yet.
"Hey, Adam, I just wanted to let you know that my new album Shinbangumi is gonna be, it means no new program in Japanese, and I just want to let you know what the concept is."
Yeah, fuck yeah. I will say though, like just before we even get to the notes about the album or anything like that, dude, this cover is fucking sweet as shit. It's like,
Yeah, man.
It's like it looks like a Lego universe, like
And he's
set
like,
out.
he's like filming like stop motion with it or some shit, man.
And yeah, the lighting, the coloring, it's so fucking awesome.
Also, I will say that's one of the new things that I enjoy about this new Gen Z album bullshit is these like GIF covers where it's like this one.
Wait,
Every single one
does
of
that
these,
one have it?
yeah, this one has it. It's like the camera lights beeping and the cameras are kind of moving and the lights kind of like.
What the fuck? How come I don't get that on Spotify?
Oh, see, Spotify's fucking whack, I guess.
I guess that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I like that because this one and I think the other one did. I don't think Julie had theirs with that, but
I don't know.
That's still kind of cool, like just to see it.
Yeah, so this is a continuing narrative from I think the EP called Nisei Mono, and I don't know what the character's name of that Ginger Root is playing, but it's somebody that works at a television network or a news station or something, and this is like the ongoing story. And I will say, like, this is a bit of a revelation, but this is about him getting fired from his job and then going on to starting his own television network called like Juban or Ginger Root TV or something like that.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so should we get to the first
Yeah,
track?
track number one. Well, I don't even know if you. But it's called Welcome. All right, it's very quick. If you haven't listened, we'll just do this like we always do. Even though we pre-listen to it, we'll pause. You can pause at the time. We're just gonna keep it rolling. When we say to pause it. You can go listen to it. The album is called Shinbangumi by Ginger Root. First song is gonna be Welcome. So if you want to listen along, go ahead and pause now. All right, now we're back. That was Welcome. That was just a very short little intro. I said that was a great intro. I am one who is a big fan of essentially the instrumental only intros.
Yeah.
It just fucking eases you into it. There's nobody talking. There's no nonsense yet. It's just like a nice fucking little intro into what this is about to be.
Yeah. I wrote down intro feels like the opening of some Japanese game show. And then I wrote down, look the chimey sound. Oh, look. Like the chimey sound of the keys and possibly xylophone or vibraphone. Feels like we're being welcomed into something which is like the universe of Ginger Root, this television network, this character that's working at a television network. That's all I wrote for track one, which is rather simple. It is an instrumental.
Yeah.
It's just kind of welcoming you to the album. So I did enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah, so we got track number 2 called No Problems.
Oh, yeah.
So
This was one of the singles that was released prior to the album being released. And I will say, it is a fucking banger before we even get to it. So this is No Problems from Ginger Root. Go ahead and pause the program. Get that song queued up. This is No Problems from Ginger Root.
all right, No Problems for Ginger Root. Now we're back. I thought this was a perfect song to be like the intro, the actual proper song intro into the album.
Yeah.
It was a nice funky little groove going on there. I fucking enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. I wrote down Ginger Root hooks you in the first few chords. The melody already feels catchy. Get some chime from I wrote down chime a lot. Get chime from the xylophone / vibraphone. I don't remember the difference between the two. And then there's like this fluttering of the strings in the string section.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I really fucking like that. A nice little background detail. The chorus is really fucking catchy. every instrument has the opportunity to shine. Nothing ever feels like heavy-handed. And then there actually is a rather quick guitar solo, like right after the first chorus, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just like you could tell this was going to be a single. Like it just feels like it. It's very, very fucking catchy.
Yeah.
As far as like the lyrics and shit go, I don't know if I got the right interpretation, but at least from what I could take away from it is that maybe this character that Ginger Root is playing is getting fired from his job or something, because it's like, how can you say there's no problems? Like, like I'm getting fired or maybe they're kind of like in some type of dispute and they're like, how are we not having problems? Like there's obviously something wrong or something.
Yeah.
What did you take away from it?
Yeah, that's kind of like what I got from it. There was I don't know, some kind of problems or whatever. I wasn't really like reading. I was trying not to read into it too much. I was just trying to like, kind of, like I said, this was the nice way to start off the album of like, oh, cool. Like,
right.
Oh, I don't want no problems, guys. I don't want no problems. It's kind of like what I got out of it, basically.
So we'll go ahead and cue up the next song, which is Better Than Monday. So pull that song up. We'll take a pause here. So go ahead and pause the program and we'll get back to you. This is Better Than Monday from Ginger Root, the third track from the album Shinbangumi. All right, now we're back. Better Than Monday. What do you have to say about it?
So one of the things I thought was really cool about this song was it was like the first minute. I don't know the exact like time frame. It was like the first minute to like minute and 15 maybe. It sounded like the backing track was like underwater, or it had this effect on it where to me that's what it sounded like. It was just like maybe lo-fi is not the right word I feel like to describe it, but I don't know, maybe it is.
I think that's probably like somewhere where that was the first thing that I wrote too, was I wrote the keys, drums, bass, vocals sound compressed as if they were being recorded over a telephone. Right,
yeah, like it felt like it was underwater to me. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, but it was like very warm and nostalgic.
Yeah, and then it kicks in.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool, man.
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool when it kicked in, because it's almost like, this is a shitty analogy because this is a visual analogy as opposed to like this is audio, but I feel like it somewhat applies. It was like we were watching it in black and white, and then it kicked into color.
Yeah, that's cool.
And to make me feel that effect, to make me feel a visual effect audibly, when there's no visuals, that might be the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard. That was fucking sweet. I kind of felt like, because that thing where he has that like modulation or whatever on his voice, or I don't know, it's not auto-tune, I don't think, but it's like some kind of like modulation or whatever. I felt like that was muddying his voice a little bit, because the backing track, once it kicked into that pop or that color mode or whatever, it sort of kind of undercut his vocals. But that was really the only issue I have with the song. I felt like the escalation of the song was great. It was like it was like almost like in thirds or whatever, where it was like, because the song was almost 3 minutes long, so it was like the first minute was like this whatever, and then boom, it pops in, and then it just like it just kept escalating. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this song I also enjoyed. I think the general gist of it was that this person hates their job and. Anything's better than coming back to work especially on a fucking Monday. Like, at least that's what I got out of it.
I kind of feel like there's a reason why I maybe like this so much is because I can also relate to it. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe like he's fucking speaking my language here.
So the other things I had written down was the low pass filter. I think that's what it's called when it sounds like it's on a telephone or whatever. That filter for the vocals or even the instruments, or at least, especially for this song, the low pass filter layer on the song is pulled back, referring to what you were talking about, that effect in the beginning within the first minute of the song got pulled back, and then everything kind of exploded. Drum pad claps. So I'm referring to the drum pad, but the clapping sounds, like the boom, because you had the bass line. It was like boom, 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 and then you hear the clap, Like, I don't know. I enjoyed that shit. For an instrument like the bass mainly being outshadowed by the guitar, I like the bass line in this song. Song about dreading Mondays at a job you hate. Rattling. There was a portion of the song where I can't remember if it's the low or hi-hats, but it was like the rattling of the hi-hats on the drums was like a nice sensation on the fucking ears. And then there was a solo from the synthesizers that reminded me of this artist that Ginger Root takes heavy inspiration from. Also, they're from Japan. I think one of the main members, I think it's Ryuichi Sakamoto, was part of Yellow Magic. Or let me look that up real quick because I might be wrong on that. I just let me see. Well, anyways, I had written that solo, it felt like an homage or, this is a person that Ginger Root holds in high regard. So it felt like reminiscent of that particular artist. And I thought, oh, that's cool. And that, especially since that dude passed away. And it is Ryuichi Sakamoto. So I fucking love Better Than Mondays.
Yeah, that was a great fucking song.
So our next track we're going to get to is There Was a Time. And, go ahead and pause the program and get the song queued up. So this is There Was a Time from Ginger Root off of Shinbangumi. Go ahead and cue it up. Or press play. Press pause. All right. Yeah. All right, so we're back. This is There Was a Time from Ginger Root, the fourth track off of the album. Words.
I don't know if I fucking deleted it by accident, but I don't even have this. I don't have this anything on for this one, so I don't know if I fucked up and I know I remember I listened to the whole thing. I don't know why I didn't write. It's blank on track number 4. I don't know what happened. So every other song's all fucking completely filled out. This one's just blank. I don't know if I fuck up and put it in one of the other ones or I don't know.
Do you want to just listen to it real quick and then?
Well, let me just listen to the first part of it and then
see if it refreshes your mind.
Let me just do that because it'll refresh it hopefully. All right, go ahead. You go first.
All right. So what I've written for this track is the jingles and the vibraphone sound like a radio station or a television jingle or the signature. The little riff on the xylophone and flute is airy and light, adds joy and levity to the song. First song with acoustic guitar. Considering how much shit goes on in this song, nothing inhibits any other instruments doing their thing. Great mixing. The song has something of a Beatles flair to it. Maybe the chorus is kind of where it felt like the Beatles. Song is about, my interpretation of it, song is about not being home with the one that you love because you're kind of wrapped up in your job and shit. So that's all I had kind of.
Yeah, this song, this was cool. That little jingly, like you said, it was light and airy. That was fucking cool. The little jingly part to it. I felt like this song would be cool on a commercial.
Yeah.
This would be I mean,
do that. Oh, sorry, guys.
No, some fucking, I don't know. There are 3 movie sequences. The first of which is going to happen in the next song. That I came up with these concepts while listening to the song.
Oh shit!
All right. This one was I initially had pictured the you remember that that skit we did with the industrial strength gaydar?
Yeah.
That this song would be the backing playground, and then as he's going around using it, it's playing.
Dude,
fucking perfect.
Man, I don't know why, but I get Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood vibes, the opening of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or even fucking Bob Ross, some Bob Ross shit.
Yeah, true story.
Dude, I mean, I think this is when it started to settle in for me for this album that every song was just gonna be fucking awesome.
Yep. Yeah, that's I was starting to believe that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder if, or I started to think that, man, I wonder if every song on this album is going to be good. And I will say, I listened to this album last.
Oh, you did?
So I listened to Julie first, then Ginge, then this one. And I have to say, I was already pissed off from the fucking Julie thing.
I'm glad you listened to Julie first because yeah.
I felt like that was the strong move. So I did that one, and Ginger Root was the last one I listened to, and I thought, God, when's the hammer gonna drop and this is gonna start fucking sucking?
Yeah.
And I thought, God, the next song I was like, okay, this is it. This album's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So, anyways, do you have anything to say about this song?
Nothing additional about There Was a Time. So we'll get to the midpoint or close to the midpoint of the album, which is the next track that we're going to listen to is All Night. This is the 5th song on the album from Shinbangumi from Ginger Root. So go ahead and pause the program, cue up the song, and then we'll see you in a second. So this is All Night from Ginger Root. All right, we're back. So you want to go first, or should I go first?
Oh no, you go. I'll let you go first.
I wrote down first disco funk track on the album. Makes me want to wear a bell-bottom pants and flared out lapel jacket. There's a cowbell in the background that was like rattling off. Makes me think of Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, the first album from Michael Jackson. I'm like, this guy. Yeah, this was, to me, like probably one of the better tracks on the album, considering that the whole album was fucking good.
Yeah.
The riff on the keys. So there was a riff on the keys that were, it had like, it was extremely melodic, but it also had like a spacey sound to it. Space, or like it referring not to tangible space or anything, like space, outer.
Yeah,
what the fuck am I trying to say? Like Star Trek shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, that type of shit.
Space is the place, all right?
The syncopation on the track makes you want to groove to the beat. There is a part where the bass is panned. Yeah, there was a part where the bass was like panned left to right if you were listening.
Yes. Yeah.
I wrote that down. Diminished and then brought back to the foreground. I like how the song ends with stripping away everything and going back to bass and drums at the end of the song, and then it just ends with the bass line. But one thing, I forgot, I didn't write this in my notes, but listening back, because I ended up listening to the song like numerous times, but one of the things I really enjoyed about the song is like the bass line kicked ass, because it was like boom, 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 and then the bass synthesizer came like right after it, like it passed the baton, it went boom, wah, 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 like fuck. That shit fucking kicks ass.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So this song, I think this might have been my favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting and I was just like, I don't know what happened, dude. Like I got transported to another fucking dimension. Like the ether opened to me while I was listening to the song.
Yeah.
And I just see in my mind, I just see this fucking like image of this is where I came up with this whole fucking movie concept in the 4 minutes or the 3 minutes that this song was. And the name of the fucking movie, it's just called The Bisexual. All right.
Are you gonna spill the beans on the whole thing, like what you planned for this entire movie?
No, this is just like what I got in the moment. Like,
all right.
It's not like this is just the sequence, and now I have a whole fucking plan that is inspired. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you what I got while I was listening to it.
All right.
And the montage that I got is like, as the song's like starting off, like the dude who's like the boss or whatever of whatever this is, he's like, get me the bisexual. And then it just goes into this montage of this dude who's like a spy, but he's like a gigolo and he's bisexual. And so he's just seducing men and women. And this song is like this whole montage of him just seducing everybody and like getting the information that he needs and then going in the end and then like killing whoever he has to kill. And
you know who I picture in that fucking role? John Travolta.
John Travolta, man. He would fucking...
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah,
like that kind of fits like...
That would be fucking perfect. So this whole movie played in my head in 3 minutes, and while this song was going on, and now I wrote it down, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking excellent. We need to make this, and so we do need to talk to Ginger Root, man. I need to somehow have a conversation with this dude, because there's some shit later in the album that I think if we actually end up going forward with some of, the things we were talking about with the guy that we know, this would be the perfect score. Like some of his, like this guy, like Ginger Root could make the perfect score for that shit, because it's like 70s fucking shit, man. We'll get to it when we get to the song.
I think he, at least in the description, he says, his profile bio, it says something about like elevator soul music or something, but it's kind of put in the realm of Japanese city pop, like stuff from the 70s and 80s that would have been playing in Japan. But Yeah, I don't have anything else to add.
Yeah,
about
that was it.
All Night, rather. So then we get to the next track, which is just before the midpoint of the album. This is CM. It's a short track, but it's not even really music itself.
It's just
it's dialogue between two people, right?
yeah, and I Google Translate because the lyrics were on fucking whatever, but they were in Japanese.
Wait, so well, shit, man, I didn't get to. Yeah.
Well, I'll just read it because I fucking I did Google Translate and I copied and pasted it into here.
Oh, what did it say?
So, well, when I wrote, okay, so the track's called CM. So if you want to listen, go listen to CM on Shinbangumi Ginger Root. All right, now we're back. So that was CM. So I wrote down, I said, oh, this is a fucking anime commercial. That's what I wrote. And I was like, oh, interesting. So I listened to the whole thing and I'm like, man, what the fuck did they just say? So then I looked it up on Genius or whatever, and they had the Japanese kanji characters, and I'm like, these motherfuckers couldn't translate it. You sons of bitches. So then I did it into Google Translate, and this is what I got. So it's these two people, one's Takeshi and one's Kaori, and they both say at the beginning, good evening, everyone. And then I think Takeshi's the dude. And he says, it's Takeshi, and she says, it's Kaori. And then they both say, Juban Avenue's Addictive Happenings, which I guess is like the name of whatever the fuck show they're on. And then he says, this week's Absolutely Addictive Corner. So, Kaori, what is this week's Absolutely Addictive announcement? And then she says, well, I chose the latest work by Ginger Root. It's got action, charm, groove, and love. It's got a lot of charm points. And he says, wait a minute, ginger music? Isn't that an ingredient? And then she says, yes. She says, yes, it's not an ingredient. So, like, that doesn't even fucking make sense. I don't know if that's just the translation fucking up.
Yeah.
And then he says, I can't help it. And she laughs and goes, ah, ha, ha. So, the new show produced by Ginger Root is starting. And then it goes into the next song.
That's fucking cool, because I wrote down some kind of bullshit about starting a new station or program.
Yeah.
And then Ginger Root starting a new, that's all I wrote. So I wasn't too. So I felt like this being the midpoint, that this was him parting ways from his old job and just taking a chance on himself to be a new, I don't know,
like whatever he was doing.
New
He's
director,
starting his own
whatever,
thing.
Yeah, starting his own thing.
He's out of the Matrix. He took the red pill, all right?
Yeah, he took the red pill. Yeah, you took the red pill. That's all that I could piece together.
Yeah, he took the Game Rage patented fucking colored pill that gets you out of the Matrix.
Fuck yeah. So we'll go ahead and get to the next track. It's Only You, the 7th track of Shinbangumi. Go ahead and pause the program and cue up the song. We'll see you in a bit. This is Only You from Ginger Root. All right. Only You from Ginger Root. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, okay, so this is another one of those songs where I was like fucking transported into the ether. Like, I don't know I went into a trance. I don't know what the fuck happened, all right? But, because I listened to this album in the garage. I had my, not that we're sponsored, but just so you know what I listened to it on. I had my Beats Studio Buds Plus Pro, whatever the fuck they're called, the little earbuds, the good ones. So I had those in. I'm sitting in the garage. And I'm just like sitting in the chair in the garage studio. I'm just fucking like, listening to this. This song comes on and I don't know what happened, but like I went to the future, I think. I don't fucking know. But like Chloe is a fully grown adult, all right? And we're in like Colorado or we're somewhere like on a skiing thing. And she's at the top and I'm up there with her and I have a snowboard and she's on like skis and she's like, oh, I'm too afraid. I don't want to go. And I was like, oh, it's cool. Just go. You'll be fine. And then she's like, I don't know. And I was like, here, I'll go with you. And then she was like, okay. And I was like, on 3. And I was like, 1. And then I just shove her off the fucking thing and she goes down and she's like, ah. And then I go down with her. But then and then we get to the bottom and she's like, God, that was so scary, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Did I just see the future? Like, what has does Ginger Root have the secrets to unlocking the ether? I feel like I need to listen to the Ginger Root every time I do anything, like as I'm writing or when I'm doing anything. I gotta throw Ginger Root on in the background to fucking unlock the fucking cue or whatever. I don't know.
The brain juices.
Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. This was a great fucking song, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I wrote down, Ginger Root does an outstanding job hooking you with melody before you get to the lyrics. Song is about starting a relationship when you're at your lowest or maybe figuring out your job. And then it seemed like they were taking things personal about this person, this significant other playing like a joke on them, but they're like so stressed out about shit that's going on that they're like kind of making things sour, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then they also like are kind of reconciling and say, well, it's only you, baby. Like I only love you or whatever. And then I wrote down the chorus makes me nostalgic for, or makes me nostalgic with the ONLY only, spelling out only.
Yeah.
And the chorus reminds me of classic like pop songs in the, 60s or 50s or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I wrote down.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed this song. That was what's up. All right, so we get to the next song, track number 8, Kaze.
Kaze, which is, at least from what I Googled, means wind.
Yeah. As I know from Naruto, by the way, all right? Like, that's how I know what that meant, all right? Because the Kazekage is the fucking leader of the Wind Village, all right? I know, shut up, why? I know that, all right? I know things.
Fucking weeb Japanese.
Weeb Josh, coming in to save the day, my weeb Japanese.
Yeah, your weeb Japanese.
I did also run this through Google Translate, because this was also all in Japanese.
Good, because I didn't get like an exact translation, but I hope I hope whatever translation you got worked out better. But anyways, this is Kaze from Ginger Root. Pause the program, cue up the song, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, now we're back. Kaze from Ginger Root. I fucking thought the song was, it was a nice change of pace. It was that bossa nova sound, not really expected from this album, but what is it that Emperor Palpatine says? A surprise for sure, but a welcome one.
But a welcome one. A surprise for sure, but a welcome one.
That's what I had in my mind for this track. Love this track. Ginger Root's own style on bossa nova. Feels like a track you can listen to on a beach in Rio de Janeiro or a beach in Japan. I think I don't know what the song means or anything because I didn't actually hear what he was saying, but I'm guessing it's like the beach episode. He maybe finally got to take a break or something. But what is it about?
So basically, I'll just read it. It's kind of about like a little bit like that. I feel like it's a little bit like what you're talking about, where it's the beach episode. This would be like a good song for like that, or the hot springs episode.
Yeah.
Before writing the wind, I'm curious. In front of Asakusa, you and I are together. And then the chorus is Rust. It's like unrequited love, travel because I'm leaving tomorrow. So it's like they're having fun. It's like, this is our last hurrah before I leave or whatever.
But like easy breezy.
Yes, it's like easy going.
Yeah,
like,
but just like the wind being able to change at the drop of a hat, like
yes,
that's how.
Right, because then he's saying, the verse 2 kicks on and says, I wonder if I'm getting hot from the excitement. I feel uneasy. Will I catch that cold?
Yeah.
And then it says the chorus again, Rust. It's like unrequited love, travel because I'm leaving tomorrow. And then that's the end of it.
Unrequited?
Unrequited love. Unrequited? Is it unrequited?
I don't remember.
I don't know how to say that word, but whatever.
I forget it.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did enjoy this song. I felt like you said this is like the beach episode or the fucking like, the hot springs.
It makes me think like he's standing like this. Like when you go on vacation, you stand. I don't know why.
Yeah. Just swim trunks on. Here I am.
Yeah, here
Finally.
I am on the fucking beach.
We made it to get out of the Matrix. We're at the beach now.
All right, so next track we have is called Giddy Up. So go ahead and cue that song up. Well, we'll pause for a second. We'll see you in a bit. So we have Giddy Up from Ginger Root. Thoughts on the track?
So I literally wrote, I can't explain why I like this. Because this type of music is not my jam. Like I don't normally listen to this type of shit. And I just said, I can't explain why, but I really like this song. It's fast, it's funky, it's groovy. I just plain enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then for some reason I wrote RT. I don't know why I wrote that. Maybe I typoed that, but I just wrote that as in, I don't know if that meant something to me, but I don't know. I just fucking whatever.
Okay.
So, but I just loved it. It was just great. Like it's just so good, man.
So I wrote down the guitar has the same effect or tone of something like a Devo song, like Whip It or one of their weirder songs. I don't fucking know. I wrote down it wasn't my personal favorite, but I enjoyed it. Being in a situation where someone you like is negligent towards your advances, because There is like this story, and on top of the fact that Ginger Root is starting his own television program or television network, that there's this relationship that's happening, but now it's like on the fritz or something.
Yeah.
That's all I had written for the song.
Yeah.
So we'll get to, we'll go ahead and work our way towards track 10, which is Think Cool. And pause the program and cue up the song. Go ahead and pause it, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, that was Think Cool from Ginger Root. So this is one of those interluding tracks that doesn't have any lyrics or anything like that. But again, it's painting a picture for what's happening in the album. I just wrote down the interluding track is a nice break. Feels like we're wrapping things up. Can't tell if the lead instrument is a saxophone, like in the very beginning. It could have been a synthesizer for all I know, but it sounded like a MIDI sax. And I just wrote down that it sounds like a twinkly night.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I call it a saxophone because that's what it fucking sounded like. So this was a nice little saxophone instrumental. This one, I was like, man, if you want, okay, go listen to this track. Like, go read the book from our good buddy, friend of Game Rage, Edward Erdelak. Go read the first book in his John Conquer series, which is essentially about a fucking PI in the 70s. He's in Harlem and he's like an occult PI,
yeah, I got you.
private investigator.
Yeah.
This, like I'm telling you, I want to make that fucking show or movie or whatever, whenever he gets around to wanting to do it. I want to make it, and this fucking guy is going to be the dude to fucking do the score.
Yeah, what was that show called? Like that was in the 70s or 80s? It was like Mean Streets or something?
Something like that. Yeah, this is perfect for that. And even though this was just a 50-second instrumental, immediately I'm like, oh shit, this is what this is perfect for. So yeah, this was cool. And again, to evoke that thought, like that's again, I don't say what you want about Ginger Root. I don't know how he's perceived by anyone, but this is the first like real full album I think that I've listened to from him. And I have to say, like, it's evoked things in my brain that I don't know how the fuck someone does that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's obviously he's not doing that on purpose, but it's the art that's doing it, right? So I don't know. So anyways, what's the next?
Next track that we have is Show 10, the 11th track, the penultimate track. And go ahead and cue that up and pause the program. All right, now we're back. Show 10 from Ginger Root. What I had written for this, there's like a symbol in Japan that it's like a T, but it's got flared out ends to it, and there's like another horizontal line. And I thought it was the symbol 10 that it was referring to, but I think it's just like the number 10. But
yeah, okay.
I thought maybe it was trying to say show heaven as opposed to number 10. But that was like me just speculating or whatever. So the title of the song means, or I wrote down that maybe it means show heaven. I wrote down at the start of the song, when all the instruments converge together is fucking magic. When Ginger Root sings the higher note at the end of You're Feeling Fine and the spacey synth harmonizes with his voice, that was tight. Song is about Ginger Root doing his first television broadcast and has anxiety. The last bit of the song also reminds me of Ryuichi Sakamoto, or rather, Yellow Magic Orchestra. So that's all I had written for the song.
Yeah, I felt like this was the beginning of like the nice little kind of like started winding down the album, right? We know we're winding down, we're getting to the end here, and this was like a cool way to kind of ease us into that end of the album, right?
Yeah.
So
anything else?
No, it was a great song. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so this is the last track. I think this is a really cool way to end the album. Track 12, Take Me Back. Go ahead and cue it up. We'll pause the program. All right, we're back. Take Me Back from Ginger Root, the final song in Shinbangumi. I had written down the bell sound gives a sense of, so there's a bell sound within the song. I wrote down that it gives a sense of finality. The lyrics are clever. A cop, a nickel, cop a dime. Was it worth going 55? Excellent wordplay I had written down.
Yeah.
I like that this album ended on a bittersweet end, like Peter Parker getting screwed by life constantly. So that's all I had written down.
Yeah, this was, I said this was the most decent and most all right way to end the album. And it was a little slower paced, and it wasn't as busy as everything else was. It was just like, man, it just nicely eased you out of the album.
Yeah.
It was like drifting you off to sleep almost, like out of the album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
fucking perfect, man. God damn.
And also, he didn't get the girl, so like,
Yeah, right.
I like that it kind of ended on a bittersweet note.
Yeah. So now we want to maybe tune in next time to maybe see if he gets the girl. I don't know, or whatever.
True. I mean, maybe if that's like the next part of possibly a larger work to create like the next album. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get the girl this time.
Yeah.
Or some shit. I don't know.
Or I'm gonna become a fucking hikikomori and fucking just stay inside and only watch anime.
Yeah. So, in summary, what do you have to say about the fucking album?
Overall, this was the most decent and the most alright album I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah.
This was well, maybe not that I've ever heard, but this was fucking excellent, man.
Yes.
This was a far cry different from Julie and anything else that we listened to, in my opinion.
Yeah. So score, what'd you give it?
Do you know what I fucking gave it, man? This was a fucking 10 out of 10. There's no other... This thing evoked shit in me that I never even thought... Again, he transported me to multiple dimensions. I went to the future. Like, I wasn't even high when I fucking listened to this. And here I am. I came up with fucking a score for a movie, a concept for a movie, and basically saw the future, apparently. So, 10 out of 10 all the way around. There's no fucking way that this is not a perfect fucking album. 10 out of 10.
I gave it 9.5 because 9.5 to 10 because the one song that I said it sounded like Devo. What was it called?
I don't know what it was called, but and I don't give
Giddy
out.
Up.
Yeah,
Giddy Up. That
Giddy
was
Up,
the one
okay.
track that I wasn't like. I liked it, but I wasn't as enthusiastic quite as much as the other tracks. But nonetheless, I still enjoyed it, so I just knocked it down a half grade. But it's a 9.5 to a 10 for me. If I'm gonna, and maybe it's just a fucking 10 because all the shit that it did in the span of 12 songs, never a dull moment.
Yeah,
Consistently awesome throughout, and I'll just give it a fucking 10, dude.
you might as well.
Yeah, it's a fucking 10. It's a fucking 10.
This album fucks,
Yeah.
okay? And I will say this too. For someone like me who doesn't like this type of music, or generally doesn't listen to it, to get me fucking into it and to have these sort of experiences while listening to the album, man, it's just fucking great. And that's why this thing gets a 10. I don't hand it out lightly. I don't hand this out lightly. I think this was a well fucking deserved 10.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, cool.
So fuck yeah.
That's the album review for Shinbangumi from Jinjiru. Fucking 10 out of 10 for both of us. Fun time, good job.
Yeah. Super happy, fun time, American, good job. Like
That'll be a wrap for us.
So anyways, if you want to listen to more of our shit, you go to YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Again, if you like this podcast, you should be following Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And if you like the animes, the mangas from the Japans, you can go ahead and listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast. And you can follow our good buddy Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. That's it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.